Hey everyone, today we're discussing and ranking the memes of DbD. I asked my Discord what their favorite DbD memes were, ranging from meme names, phrases, builds, and more. I then compiled them together and got them to rate the memes, good or bad, giving us a score out of 10. These scores will be displayed on screen whilst I describe and explain the memes. We'll start off with the lowest rated and make our way up to the fan favorite memes. Let's get into it. Monsters at high MMR is in reference to twins, and a statement made by one of the devs, who referred to them as monsters at high MMR. This quickly became a bit of a joke in the community, with people barely even playing twins, and them known to have many problems. Kris 3 Jenner is the name given to the character the Skull Merchant, due to people likening her appearance to that of Kris Jenner, mainly because of the hair. 3 Jenner being a reference to the common merchant strategy of holding 3 gens, which she is particularly good at due to her drones. Mending Simulator is a meme that rose with the introduction of Legion, and later with characters like Slinger, with many complaints around the mend or deep wound mechanic, which forces you to stop for a period of time to heal, or you get downed. It became a bit of a meme due to the prominence of the effect for a short while, and particularly punishing instances of stacked anti-healing perks and add-ons, making healing and mending even longer. Many referred to DbD as a mending simulator. Shirtless Felix, similar to Myers, is a meme that caught on over the years, with it being particularly prominent on Twitter, and from the well-known DbD artist Honeybear, who recently achieved their goal of getting a shirtless Felix into the game. Goblin Quentin simply refers to Quentin's old face, where he looked a bit like a goblin. It's nice he got a rework, but I do miss that face a bit. 100-page clown essay refers to a document made by Aranad, a streamer clown main, who wrote a document over 100 pages long titled Aranad's Comprehensive Guide to Extremely Advanced Level Clown Strategies. This became somewhat of a meme, with Clown often being considered the worst character, and also pretty simplistic. I think it's nice that we have this kind of dedication in the community, and I do feel kind of bad putting this as a meme, but a few people mentioned it, so I thought I would put it in. Go play something else is a quote from Matthew Cote, after he was asked about playing Killer and how miserable it had gotten in a Q&A stream. He told the person to go play something else, specifically the game Civilization.
Or play something else for a week. Try Civilization or something, just for a refreshing change.
It wasn't programmed to harm the crew is a relatively new meme that appeared with the End Transmission chapter, and refers to the first words spoken by Gabriel upon opening up the game.
It wasn't programmed to harm the crew.
Nia is the entity refers to the joke that survivor Nia Carlson is the entity, the powerful being that controls the realm of DbD. In reality, this is theorized due to rather crude reasons of Nia's appearance being quite drab, and her face being fairly soulless upon her release. It was joked therefore that she must not be human, but instead the spider god controlling the realm. I made a whole theory video expanding on this in a bunch of ways that you can check out if you like. Bamboozle Nurse is a famous meme build, and is the pairing of Nurse and the perk Bamboozle. Bamboozle is a perk that blocks window vaults, and allows you to vault faster. Nurse is known as the character you should never vault with, due to her ability to phase through walls. The act of vaulting is kind of silly and unnecessary. Long Arm Freddy refers to the common complaint that Freddy's lunges don't seem to connect, but still hit. It was a particularly large problem a few years ago, when Freddy's were very prominent. Freddy in particular was usually complained about as his smaller stature and shorter weapon made it seem like his hits were far too generous, even when they were performing the same as other characters. Self-caring in the corner is a meme that has been around since the start of the game, and makes a joke out of players who use the perk Self-Care, a pretty controversial perk that allows you to heal yourself. The idea of self-caring in a corner is an issue that often arises in solo queue, where teammates will waste a lot of time running to the corner of the map to take the longer option of healing themselves, instead of being productive or being healed by a teammate. Basement Bubba is a reference to Bubbas and the way they usually play. Basement or Insidious Bubba refers to Bubba players who remain in the basement in silence until disturbed, usually waiting around or guarding the basement chest. This has become particularly well known as once in the basement, it's pretty hard to escape Bubba and his sweeping chainsaw. Nerf Pig is a recurring meme from throughout the years, and simply refers to the many unfair nerfs that Pig has received received, despite her being one of the weakest characters. It became a recurring thing after it seemed Pig would always get nerfed where other more problematic characters would remain untouched. We hear you about Blight and his double speed, and so we've decided to nerf Pig's ambush add-ons. That kind of thing. I somewhat like this meme, I largely just find it a bit sad because of how true it is. No Mither plus Self-Care is a meme or joke that simply makes fun of the fact that No Mither and Self-Care don't work together. No Mither makes it impossible to heal, and Self-Care allows you to heal. It's a bit of a silly meme, but is likely an answer you'll hear if you ever ask for a build to use. This is the most common perk pairing, but others such as Sprint Burst and Dead Hard, Inner Healing and No Mither, and so on are fairly common too. Turkey Dredge is a meme that likens Dredge's appearance to that of a turkey, mainly due to the long neck and the way the rest of the body fans out. Shirtless Myers is a meme I'm not entirely sure on the origin of, but it simply refers to the fan request of Myers without a shirt to be added to the game. This is something that has gotten so much traction that people have created renders and concepts for the model to be implemented into the game, with the sad reality that it'll likely never come due to its odd concept and the fact it's a licensed product. Burger King Myers was a meme build that was achievable with two add-ons, the old version of Judith's Tombstone and Vanity Mirror. The old Tombstone would give you a permanent 9% reduction to movement speed in whatever tier. The old Vanity Mirror would also decrease your movement speed by 7%, giving a total of a 16% reduction to movement, paired with Tier 1, also reducing movement speed by 10%. This would make movement speed reduce to 89%, which is 11% slower than Survivors. The challenge would be to remain in Tier 1 with this reduced movement speed and attempt to win a trial. The name Burger King I'm pretty sure is just referring to Myers eating too many burgers, and so slowing down quite a bit. I do like this meme a lot, and it's a shame with the add-on changes that came in 5.3.0 that this build is no longer possible. Doing Jen's U is in reference to a Noob 3 video where he looped a pig for around 20 minutes whilst a teammate hid and did nothing. After being taken out the match, he asked the teammate what they had been doing and they said, getting generators and U. This later becoming a more widespread meme of Doing Jen's U and encapsulated the solo queue experience of DbD quite well. Myers oof simply refers to the sound Myers makes when he gets stunned. It sounds a bit silly and kind of funny considering his otherwise creepy and mysterious look. I like this one a lot too, and despite its simplicity, it's one of my favourites. Reverse chainsaw into Quentin hiding in a corner is from an Otzdarva video, where he does what the meme suggests of reverse chainsawing a Quentin hiding in a corner, who he presumably heard the breathing of. I believe it mainly became a meme due to the oddness of the situation and the delivery Otz had whilst doing it. Boop the Snoot is probably one of DbD's most popular memes, and refers to booping the snoot of the pig, usually done after she growls. This can be done by using the point action as Survivor, and poking the pig's snoot. This even manifested in the game as a cosmetic item, with the devs recognizing the meme and implementing a Meg mask within the special event, Saw Week. Chainsaw Myers refers to an old bug where Myers would be able to wield Billy's chainsaw. This glitch could be done with any character and any power, but the most famous pairing that came out of it was Myers with a chainsaw, which was a rather scary experience with his stealth and the sudden appearance of a chainsaw that wasn't usually there. PEBBLE simply refers to the perk Diversion, which is commonly referred to as PEBBLE, as when using the perk you throw a pebble. It's known for being pretty useless and has somewhat become a meme due to this ineffectiveness. Loading into Spirit Behind has kind of become a meme and is somewhat surprising as it still hasn't been fixed, with it presumably being a glitch. Whenever you load into a spirit match, the opening camera pans round at this angle, where you would typically see the whole character from behind. Spirit instead has this oddly close and low camera angle. Dwight plus Lockers is a common pairing and meme. If there's a locker and a Dwight, the Dwight will surely be inside it. It pairs with another meme, I guess you could call it, of the name Baby Dwight, which refers to default Dwight players, and how they are often inexperienced and act scared, seeking out lockers. This is mainly a result of new players being auto-selected onto Dwight when starting the game for the first time, and having no cosmetics or perks as a result of being new.
The box. You opened it. I came.
Is simply a reference to a Pinhead quote that became popular with the community, and a widespread phrase.
You
Demo Dog is a meme name given to Demogorgon due to it being treated as a cute and friendly dog by the community, this feeling only growing with its removal.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you,
is a quote from Wesker, and was kind of a meme already before his addition to DbD, but has survived or been reignited with DbD's introduction of Wesker. It's a reference to his opening quote at the start of his fight with Kris and Shiva in Resident Evil 5, and is sometimes said by him in-game. Nicolas Cage, just as a whole, is a bit of a meme, being DbD's silliest addition, with his perks, silly run, and voice lines all adding to this. Sky and Space Billy refers to a recurring bug throughout DbD history that allows Billy to propel himself into the air, with use of his speedy chainsaw, and typically some map geometry. When colliding with certain surfaces, it would launch you into the air, and allow you to fly to different locations on a map. I believe the difference between Sky and Space is simply the height or distance in which the launch would give you, with it varying a lot depending on the technique. I think we did a pretty good job so far, is likely the most famous dev quote in DbD's history, said by game director Matthew Cote, who said they thought they'd done a pretty good job so far at a point in time when the game wasn't doing so well. He later referred back to this quote in the Year 6 anniversary stream.
I think we did a pretty good job so far.
Otzdarva webcam punch is in reference to this clip where Otz punches his webcam. This was part of a compilation video, and happened as a result of him being frustrated with a Nancy player who wouldn't do gens and kept making noise. The punch itself was a joke, and wasn't out of actual anger, maybe a little bit of anger. Nemesis when unhook notification is a meme in reference to Nemesis players and how they commonly tunnel. It's also due to him having a funny run, which you'll see whenever he runs back towards your hook. Alright, well, that's gonna do it. I do hope you enjoyed, and let me know if I missed any memes that you'd like to add down below. Thanks, and goodbye.